Viper?
So first of all, great games, guys. Really enjoyed watching. Thanks for playing, and it was a pretty nice series, I thought.
Always a pleasure.
So first of all, what did you think of the new maps? I mean, I know that is technically a factor here.
Yeah, I just tried to play them like I would any other map.
Okay.
Not that second map. There were so many pathways. I don't know where to send my overlords, and I think I messed that up a lot.
Second map for those of was King Sejong Station, I believe.
Yeah,
For anybody watching who maybe didn't catch that. Yeah, obviously that stuff's not been fully thought out yet. We haven't really seen a lot of pros play on that unless you watch a lot of Pro League. I think King Sejong Station is used in that. So if you want to brush up on that before the ladder maps come out, that's a place to look for you
all right.
aspiring Zergs out there. Um, let's go ahead and talk about game one. So or actually before that, Viper, I don't think you answered. Your thoughts on these maps?
Oh, I kind of didn't have time to think of. I mean, like the first map, I definitely was like looking around and like, oh, this would be a good place to expand over here. Well, I guess this is my third, and all of a sudden, Lings are in my base.
Oh.
So
Happens to the best
other
of
than
us.
that, second and third maps were pretty. I look forward to looking at them more.
Yeah, I didn't
that.
look at anything. I just point and clicked, and if my army made it there, they made it there.
Right? Maybe.
There is actually one aspect of merry-go-round that I think I will bring up because it shows that even though you guys weren't paying a ton of attention to it, you just sort of instinctively end up doing this with the way your third bases were picked. But we'll talk about that when we get there. First, we'll talk about Overgrowth. So Overgrowth, that was game number one. Obviously, you have the new maps floating around in your heads, but you guys have already played each other before. So did you have a specific
Yes.
approach that you wanted to take for this game, given that you actually know your opponent? We'll start with Omee, since Viper was answering the questions first during the pre-interview thing.
That first game, I just played my usual game, and I noticed that he had the Spire per usual at his expansion. I was like, oh, he probably doesn't have one at his main, so I ran past it, and it worked out. You gotta secure that main Viper, or I'll take it if I get the chance. That second game was pretty good
Okay.
Oh, you mean
on your
spine?
part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I moved the spine crawler down. It was originally in my main, but I was like,
Yeah,
Let's see here. What about from you, Viper?
Overgrowth. Game one?
Yeah. Specifically, like Showmatches
yeah.
as a whole, you know Omee's playstyle. Did you have an approach coming into this that you wanted to utilize?
Right. Sort of. I mean, I know that he always picks rock, because I always pick rock, so I pick paper.
Hey.
But 9 games for the next time.
Don't analyze me, man.
It's interesting, because I know he likes Ling play, but I had forgotten that
Oh.
kind of thing.
Oh.
So after the first game, I was like, oh yeah, this stuff. And then I made Banelings the second game.
Okay.
Yeah, those ripped me apart. Those didn't feel good at all. And I don't know why I didn't expect those Banelings. I was like, yeah, I thought because of my early pressure in that first game, you wouldn't be very aggressive this game. So I was going to be really passive, and that totally bit me in the bum.
So yeah, that second game on King Sejong Station, just a quick review of it before we talk about it for anybody who's interested. Pretty much both players expanded pretty quickly, except that Omee expanded in a different location.
Oh,
Very
I was
different,
wondering
yeah.
about that.
I was actually going to say, I wasn't sure if you were able to guess it or not, just judging from the fact that he was actually keeping up with you in production. But, yeah. Now you know.
Yeah. I
It did
figured
happen.
because it's a new map, you would not scout that particular spot, I hoped.
And this is something I'll still mention because I think it ended up being part of the reason maybe why you didn't quite pick on it, and it still ended up being a factor. Your attack path on that map is a big S. starts from your side, goes through the middle, goes up the other side. And because of the location that Omee actually picked to expand, every time you attacked, you were between his two bases.
Yeah, that was really nerve-wracking.
So,
So I kept trying to push you away from being in between me
yep.
and my other base.
It was quite the game to watch. There was a lot of multiple engagements and other nonsense going on all the time. But given that, let's see here. I actually did want to ask kind of your thoughts on the overall flow of that game. Because I almost feel like it could have
The
gone a
second
little...
game?
Yeah, I almost feel like it could have gone a little longer, but you're just like, whatever, and just let it go. Especially with that giant bailing hit at the end. I thought that was a little funny.
Yeah, I thought about it, and I was like, there's probably like 50 more lings heading right towards me, and I didn't think I could hold on. I don't think I had larva. I don't think I had money.
No, yeah, I'm not
And
criticizing your decision. I'm just saying like it
yeah.
just I don't know. I thought it was an interesting moment.
Yeah, it could have gone on, but I didn't want to do that since my last series I kind of BM'd a little and thought I could take him out with 3 mutas. I'm gonna try not to do that anymore.
Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, the general question for this one, since we should actually proceed to it, is of course, I think you actually already answered this on me. You already said how you wanted to approach it. So let's ask Viper. Given what happened in the first game, was Banelings the only thing you were changing up, or were you changing up any other elements of your play?
No, that was it. I was just gonna beat him with Banelings.
Okay, pretty straightforward.
Good job.
Pretty straightforward thinking.
Like if he made it past that tech phase, I didn't have a game. I was just mix spores and more Banelings.
right.
I was gonna get so.
Okay.
Well, it worked. Good job.
Yeah. Nice control, actually, for the most part, from both of you in that game. I mean, like, I know at one point you typed Viper, like, I don't have APM, but it actually wasn't like that. I mean, there was just so much going on that it's completely reasonable. I mean, even a pro game, they're gonna miss little tiny opportunities all over the place because no one's that fast. So.
Hey Viper, was your expansion saturated?
No, I was just looking at that now. You didn't make any drones at your second, neither did I.
I think I made one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I had a whole one drone.
For the most part,
but
all
you
of your
had
production went in the
15
wings
in
for both of you.
I had 15 in my main, so that one was my main instead of my natural, and I had 2 on gas, and you didn't have any on gas.
Yeah, you killed my gas drone, and then I couldn't make Banelings at a very crucial moment.
I killed it,
and so I stuffed. Yeah, I only had 1 in there because I was going mainly.
I must have
Zerglin.
Must have been a
and
shift
then
attack.
I saw the Banelings. Yeah, it was pretty intense.
Oh, before
my
the
heart
spring
was.
colors went up. That's right.
What happened?
That was interesting.
Before
If I
you made
recall, that particular Baneling explosion killed not that much. It was like one of those things where like, oh, okay. But I didn't notice that it killed the one it killed the one drone on gas. That's actually pretty significant. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was. I think I had 4 gas at the moment. I saw the 1 digit and I wanted to cry.
Oh, all right.
Poor Omee.
Well,
what's the hotkey to see? Oh, there it is.
Let's see here. If we were to talk about the third game, the thing I wanted to bring up that I hinted at was I think the positions on the map actually determine 2 things, generally speaking. One, obviously, is like how quickly you can scout your opponent and start getting information. 2,
yeah.
I mean, that's kind of bluntly obvious. Anything that's not a 2-player map is like that. The other thing that I noticed is it seems to affect the third base. Like, you'll notice, for example, if you look at this game, either of you, if you're still in StarCraft, that there's pretty much 2 choices for your third base. One's tucked in right next to your main, and the other one's a little bit further off. And I noticed that if your opponent is basically on, I think it's your left. In other words, if you don't take that farther expansion if you're expanding toward him. Like, I've never seen anybody do that. So, like, the positions on the map seem to affect that, whether the players even noticed it or not. They're just like, oh, that's an awkward position, I don't do it.
Yeah.
Just like second nature. Like, I didn't want to go along the top because it would have been more stretched out territory. I see what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, and I expanded like away from you, at least from your attack path. If you had like hooked around the south end, you would have been able to take out my expansion earlier.
Yeah, but like any of those attacks will take a little bit longer, and if they're noticed,
Yeah, of
then it's
course.
easier to react to them. So I still think that's like a really good choice. Other than that, I don't feel like that map's particularly unusual, except that it does have like 2 attack paths instead of the one, really.
Yeah,
But what did you guys think of it?
multiple. I like how there's multiple expansions available in either directions. Like you really do have a choice.
Yeah, what did you think of it, Viper?
Whereas
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah. No, I was just gonna say that it's wherever the players spawn really determines how you're gonna play.
All right. Okay. What about you, Viper? What did you think of that map?
I didn't really have time to think much of it. I was just kind of like macro attack. But
Hey Viper, where did
after
your initial Overlord go?
behind your main, like up to the wall thing.
On
Like I'm looking at
the
it.
where the that space is like a platform, or on the between the expansion and the main. Oh, against the wall. Yeah, I see what you mean. I tried to fit mine between your bases where they would be, and I was like, there is no room in there. I'm gonna get shot down, so I scuttled it over your expansion.
Yep.
Oh, really? Huh.
Okay, so final thing, of course, is any shout-outs you want to make. So we'll do that. And of course, you guys have both won a series against each other, so this third one should be pretty fun, and it'll be a best of 5. Looking forward to it.
Hopefully,
Heck yeah.
it's gonna be a great game, Viper. Woot woot.
And
But I
anyway, yeah,
think I'll
shout-outs.
go first with my shoutouts. I actually have a Tumblr now. Don't know what I'm doing with it.
Okay.
Seems to be the craze, but I'm trying. It's omee117.tumblr.com, and shout out to a few friends, String for harassing me while the game was going on in the game text, and
I put that busy
Lacey, who
tag,
for some
buddy.
reason, oh nice, thanks. And Lacey, she likes to watch me play for some reason, even though she has no idea what's going on. And let's see, anyone else? All my friends that could not make it, Andrew, Nessa, a few others. I don't know if they are here, but they're usually not. But they say they are going to try. And I think that's it for me. Thanks for having me, Omega.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool.
Okay, Viper.
Actually, question: were you referring to your dog, who watches you and doesn't know what's going on?
No, that dog's name is Lita, not Lacey.
Oh, okay.
Though she's probably going to be
Alright.
upset that you kind of got that image, because now I'm going to call her my dog's name. Thanks for that. Just
No
find her.
problem. Yeah, I'm much of a casual gamer at heart, but I like to try hard. So, shoutouts for me are basically simple. Hit me up on Twitter. We're on Twitch. Follow me if you like. I usually do some weekend streaming. This weekend I'll be finishing Alpha Protocol. It's a really fun game. It's pretty secret agent-y kind of fun, and look forward to it.
Okay.
Other than that, not much else to say. Other than thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Again, thanks for the games. It was a good series. And for anybody who's interested, you can find VODs of this on YouTube. They will appear on tinyurl.com/daynightS. I'm a lot better these days about actually getting those up pretty quickly. So at the latest, they'll be there Wednesday. More likely, I'll probably get them done on Monday or Sunday, just because there's not 10 matches this weekend, which is what happened last time. It's just like, oh,
Yeah, and
the
these
work.
matches weren't
So
almost half an hour long each.
no, it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty straightforward one to do. So
Yeah.
after that, later tonight, and this is our kind of our last announcement before we wrap things up. You can. It was originally going to be Kadwa versus ZRQ, but Kadwa is not able to play, so I need a sub. If you are basically bronze-ish / unranked, let me know in the chat. Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
That's out of my league.
Yeah, it's
All right.
a little bit like it's bullying. We're not going to do that. So, but yeah. Anybody who's interested, let me know. Otherwise, we'll set it up. Basically, just I think that's supposed to be in an hour. Yeah. Show up in an hour if you're
Just
interested in
about.
playing, and based on whoever's there, we'll go with it. Okay.
Cool, cool.
Thanks for having us.